friends, welcome to Codecrash Coding. In this video, we are going to learn how to count the number of words in a given string. So we have already covered this video with the help of split method. I have provided the link in the description. Now in this video, we are going to learn how to count the words without using the split method. We are going to implement another logic to get the count of number of words in a given string. So let's say we have a string of variable message here, and inside this string we have this value welcome to code crush. Now we already know how this particular string characters we can access at particular index position with the help of charAt method. So what does this charAt method do? The charAt method returns the character at the specified index in a string. So the index of the first character is 0 and the second character is 1. So charAt method requires one integer argument. It will take one argument or parameter and it will return us the character present at that particular index position. The index of the first character is 0 and then it will increment by 1. For example, in this case, if you try to access this particular statement message.charAt, so this is the method and here we have passed 0. So this will return as the first character. So the first character present inside this variable is W, right? So this will get printed. If I try to access message.charAt1, so this will return me the first index position. The first index in position will be E because this is 0. Then first, then second, then third, so on. So this particular method, what it does, this is important to understand here. With the help of this method, we will try to count the number of words in a given string. So what logic we are trying to implement here? If we have a string, so let's say this is the string we have, right? So how to count the number of words? So here we can count the number of words are 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So how we counted this number? With the help of space. If two particular words are getting separated, then there is a space between them, right? So whenever we encounter a space, we will increment the counter. Let's say first time the value of counter will be 1. Then we will start from the 0 index position. Whenever we will encounter a space, we will increment the value of counter. Okay, so the first time counter is 0. Now here it will start from 0 index position, then it will have the values W, E, L, C, O, M, E. Then it encounter a space. Then we will increment the value of counter. Counter will become 2. After that, there will have another characters, right? Then again there will be a space. Then again the value of counter will be increased. So in this way, here we will have counter value. For here it will become 2. Here it will become 3. Here it will become 4. So there are total 4 words. So with the help of space here, we can count the number of words. Let's see in the practical implementation how we can do this. So here I have one string code crush. So here I have taken only 2 words. So let's understand with the help of 2 words first. Okay. So here we will have one counter. Let's say int. Let's say count. And this will have the value 1 initially. And now we will have the for loop. So for loop int I is equal to 0 and I will continue till less than message dot length and then I plus plus. And here what we need to check whether that particular index position is space or not. So how to check that? With the help of if case. If message dot charAt, so charAt I, if that particular index position is equal to space, means if it is equal to space, and as this returns as the character, we need to compare it with the character, right? So that's why we have passed it in a single quote, because characters are stored inside a single quote and string is stored inside a double quotes. So we will compare it with space, and if that particular index position is having space, then we will increment the counter. So I will increment here count plus plus. And then after coming out of this for loop, we will just print number of words is equal to the value of count. Now let's run this code. Here we are getting the message number of words is 2. That is correct, right? We have 2 words here. Let's see how this code is working. So first time the value of I is 0. Then the message.charAt 0 will be C. Then it is not equal to space, right? So count will not incremented. Then it will have value O, D, E. Then here it will have the value as space, which is index position 4, right? If you see charAt 4, it is space. So in this case, the condition will become true, and then the counter will be incremented to 2 because initially we have assigned it to 1. And then again it will check other words. There is no space. So that's why the final value of count will be 2, and we are getting number of words is equal to 2. Why we have set this count to 1? Because let's say we only have one word. Then in that case there is no space. So this condition will never become true. So the count value will be 1. Let's run this code. So see, number of words is equal to 1. Now let's increase it. Let's say we say yeah, welcome to Code Crush. Welcome to Crush. Now there are total 3 spaces here, and we have the initial value of count as 1. So the count will be incremented 3 times. Then the final value of count will become 4, and here we have total words as 4. Now if I try to run this code, see, number of words is equal to 4. Now this code is working perfectly fine now. But there is one loophole in this code. Let's say if I provide here double space. Okay, double space means I have provided space 2 times. So what will happen in this case? In this case, let's run this code. So it says 5 because here there are 2 spaces, right? Then count will be incremented here 2 times, then here 1 time, then here 1 time. Total 4 times, and already it was 1. So the value of count is here 5. So this is giving us the wrong output, right? Because here there are just 2 spaces and it has incremented the number of words to 5, but the words are only 4. So how to handle this particular case? So for that, what you need to do, you need to add one more condition inside this if case. You need to check here and message dot charAt I plus 1 should not equal to space. So what I have done now, initially we were just checking the index position value, whether it is space or not. Now what we need to do, we need to check whether that particular index position and also the index position after that is not having the space. In this case, what will happen, whenever it will come here, then it will encounter the space, and then it need to again check whether I plus 1. So I plus 1 is this particular value here, right? That should not equal to space. If that is also equal to space, then we don't need to increment the count here. Let's run this code now. So we are getting here correct output, right? Number of words is equal to 4. Now if you provide any number of spaces in between them, till it will not affect our code. It will just print us the 4 as the number of words. Okay. So this condition here is important. Here you need to check whether the next index position is also having space or not. If it is having space, then no need to increment the count, right? If it is not having space, so here when you will come to this particular space, the next character position or the next index position is having the value t. So it is not equal to space. Then at that time the count will be incremented. Count will not be incremented in this case. First time space, then second time space, third time, fourth time, it will increment to 1. In this way, you can implement the logic to count the number of words present in a string. Now our code is working perfectly fine. Let me remove this particular spaces now. Let's run this code, whether we are getting the correct output. Let's see that. You see 4 words. What if I provide a space at the end? One space I have provided. Let's see our code is working or not. We are getting exception here. So why we are getting here exception? When the last character is space, then in that case, here the condition will become true for this particular statement, right? Char dot last index position, it is having space, and then it will check I plus 1. But there is no index position for I plus 1, right? Because this is the last index position when we say for I, then there will be no value for I plus 1. So in that case, you need to handle the exception. So how to handle the exception? Using the try catch block. So if I provide here try, this particular condition inside the try block, and then I need to catch it, catch block, and here I will just need to print a message out, too many spaces in the last, too many spaces in the end. Now let's run this code. So see, we are getting this message, too many spaces in the end, and number of words are 4. So now our code is working fine without any exceptions, and you can provide many spaces between. Let's say if I provide in the end, if I provide in the middle, then also our code will work perfectly fine. Let's see. See, number of words are 4. Let me remove this word. Welcome to just. It's just 3 letters, right? So number of words are 3. That's it in this video. We will cover another topics in next video. Thank you for watching.